how you can succeed in the new world. Now, this advice would be the same for you if this wasn't a new world, but I wanted to talk about that because it is a new world. And you probably have heard the word unprecedented so many times over the last several years because we've moved through many things that none of us have experienced because none of them have happened the way that they have. And it means we are moving through a planetary shift. And we are all being changed because of that, because we are all connected. Now, I say, how do you succeed? And the way that you succeed is by becoming your authentic self. That's what this is about. It's about you becoming who you were meant to be in this world. Everyone was born with something that could cause their life to be really magnificent, for them to experience success and all, if they just got in touch with who they were. Now, I can say this because it took me forever to do that, but that's the good news for you. Because of that, I now have a path for you to actualize your authentic self. That's what's going on now. You're seeing all the divisions. You're seeing a war that none of us thought would be happening during this time. We just had an election here in the United States, and everyone's saying this has never happened. Why the results are so different? Well, I talked about it a long time ago. I've been receiving information, channeling information, and writing about it for almost 3 years now. And I had to finally put that all together and recognize what I had, because my life has led me to a place where I can give this information back to others so that you don't have to go through all the madness that is occurring right now and what you might be experiencing in your life. You might be finding that you're changing all of a sudden and don't understand why. You might be finding that things that you put away a long time ago are now resurfacing, and you're finding you want to do them now, and you're questioning why you haven't done that. Or you might be really fearful. You might be afraid that the world's going to fall apart, that things are going to blow up, we're going to have a nuclear war. You might be going through all of those things. And if you are becoming your authentic self, meaning that you're expanding your consciousness, your awareness, you're not going to have those kinds of fears. You're not going to add that kind of energy to the world, because we each contribute to what goes on in the world. And so what you're seeing now is great divisions globally in every country. And we're wondering why that is happening. They've happened throughout civilization, throughout different times in our world. You'd have to study ancient history to really understand this. You just happen to be alive at a time where we are moving through one of those periods. And this particular period is a generational change, meaning that we're finding all the remnants of the beliefs and ideas and restrictions and limitations that we came into the world with from our families, from our ancestors, whoever, and now we're supposed to ascend beyond those. We're supposed to uplift, but we can't do that unless we do it within ourselves. And that's the work that I did. I had to go through my life and look at, what did I do wrong? Oh, let me change that idea. I didn't do it wrong. I was learning something. Why couldn't I succeed in my love relationship? Because I didn't know who I was, and I was attracting all the right people. Why didn't I make the money that I thought I was going to make from this career that I was doing? Because it wasn't the one that was authentic to me. That's all. And that's why we keep changing sometimes to get to that place where we're totally fulfilled. And every person has it. We just may stop, we may not get there because it becomes too overwhelming. And if you're having ideas that somehow you didn't get the big gift that everyone else has, that's just in your thinking. Every limitation that you experience in your life is because of the way that you've been thinking and the way that you've been thinking about yourself. That's all that it is. We only experience anything in our consciousness. That's all. What would make you think that you are less than someone else? But you know you've been doing that because you've compared yourself and you think they have much more than me. That's never true. And then you will go and look at certain other things that you have this inclination that you think you're supposed to do, but then you'll talk yourself out of it by saying, no, I don't have that ability, I don't have that skill. How do you know? Because you haven't done it yet. It takes some time. It takes practice to get to where you want to be, and it all happens in your mind. Now, I'll tell you, I've been recording information and writing information and speaking it through for many, many years, for more than almost 40 years. I've been a personal development junkie, so I have a lot of information, but it came into view recently because of the change in our world. And I could go back, and a lot of this I've written, and you can find it on a lot of my blogs, because I've documented over history how these changes have come about and why we're experiencing them now. But for the individual, for you, the best thing that you can do is decide to become who you are. And you are not there if you're having any sort of fear going on, if you're lacking confidence, if you don't have self-esteem that you would think you should have, if you don't have the correct relationship, if you're not in the correct career, if you're not earning everything from that, whatever it is, any little difficulty that you're experiencing is because you have not trained your mind to allow who you're supposed to be revealed to you, so that you could go on and do that. And you don't have the confidence yet to own that. And that's not wrong. It's called evolving. We all do it. We go in stages, each person, and it never matters how old you are either. You could be awakening to something within you now, or you could be in your later years and finally discovering, oh, this is who I'm meant to be. It never matters. Your age never matters. It's about when are you going to decide that you're going to own who you are. The work that I do is to take you through all of your restrictions and all your limitations, and we blow them up. We just get rid of them, so that you start seeing who you are, and so that you can add the energy of love and light into the world, because now you're becoming successful. Now you are loving yourself and you're loving other people, because that does happen. You start to see yourself in a new way, and you start to see others in a new way. And I had to accept that I finally, after all of these years, because I've been wanting something like this for the longest time, I wanted something that could give people the ability to become self-empowered, to go on a journey of self-actualization. Because see, that's the only thing that's permanent. That's the only thing that means anything to you, when you know who you are, when you can feel that and love it. And that is the work that I do. Whether you are working with me privately or if you're in my program, same thing. The results will be the same, and I guarantee all of my work, because I know that when you do this work, you're going to come to understand who you are, and you will become successful. And you'll be happy about it as well. And just think, at the end of it, what you're going to do is say, wow, I really love myself. That is the goal. And I'll show you, because I have a 4-week program, which I call my boot camp, for the program, which is your last development program. But the boot camp will take you there so quickly, and it's only 4 weeks, and you're going to be a changed person. I guarantee it. You'll see. But just understand that you are in a new world, and becoming your authentic self is going to cause you also to become successful.